You ever just feel like whatever you do, you don't know if you're going to make it. You don't know if what you're doing is right. You just feel defeated in a sense. I think that's something a lot of us struggle with, especially younger people in today's age, is not knowing what we're doing is right, getting down on ourselves, feeling like there's no chance for growth, no chance to get ahead, always feeling like you're always battling an uphill fight. And that's something that I have always felt like in my life. I always felt I need to just get to a point where I can just not relax, but a place where I'm at least on level ground, where you're not always trying to get ahead. You're just trying to balance. And that's the thing. We all want to be ahead. We all want to get to a place of abundance, a place of prosperity and having more than what we actually need. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think everyone should strive to have more than what they actually need, because that's, in my opinion, what life is all about. You want to have more so you can help others and help yourself. But you can't even get to a place now where you can just be on level surface, like I said. And I think it's caused so many people just to be defeated in their lives and not try and not understand, what those dreams they had when they were younger were really for. And this isn't meant to be a sad video. It's just something that's been on my mind lately, because I've just been reflecting and listening to others speak, and it's kind of the reason I started making these videos on this channel, just to talk about just ideas like this, and maybe offer solutions of what things I've done in my life to kind of combat this issue. And I feel like we're such in a spot now where it's so difficult. I mean, you look, say you're in your 20s and you're looking to buy a home, if you might as well just forget it. Honestly, it's ridiculous how expensive houses are. I don't know a job where you could afford a quote unquote normal job that you could just get to where you could get a home without a super skill. It doesn't exist. And that's not to discourage anyone, because that's the opposite of what I want to promote here. Is I want to, and you'll see if you stick around to the end of the video, once I get around to the point of what I want to say, is you need to stop listening to others and looking at others for ways to live your life, looking at it from a perspective of what is it the other people like. What in your mind do you know is the best option? What do you think that would make you happy, and what you would do to get to where you need to be? And the thing you see now so much is, oh, you have to run a business, you have to be an entrepreneur, you have to do this, you have to do that. Guess what? That's not the reality of the case. And a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people just want to work. I think the mass majority of people just want a freaking job that pays a good wage to live their lives and have a little extra to do what they want with. And that will make so many people happy. And yeah, it is harder now. Things are more expensive, but you can still get jobs like that. You can still do that. I fully understand that things are way more expensive now, but still, you can do that, and that's okay to do. And I think people are so, the culture we live in now, it's like people are almost embarrassed to say, oh, I want to work a 9-to-5 job and do that. And that's totally okay. And I think it pushes people away from doing that, because there are jobs, like, not that I'm an expert at it, I don't have a job like this, but like trades, like being in plumber, electrician, whatever it may be. I think that I know there's so many jobs now that, like, you can go get jobs like that, go to school or, learn the trade, and, work your way up to make decent money, but still, those are available. Even going to college, like, if you go to college for something and be smart about it and don't get stuck in the trap of going for something that's just, let's face it, just idiotic. Like, yeah, you can get a good job out of college. Like, that's still possible. It's just the people just, I truly think that social media and that stuff has just ruined just people's mindset. Like, people were so ashamed to work. Like, if you're not working and put no effort in, even if you're struggling and it sucks, like, I think people were just embarrassed to work and embarrassed to work a 9 to 5, and it's ruining a lot of people's mindset. They think they have to be doing entrepreneur. It's like an all or nothing mindset these days. And again, I want to do the best I can. I want to make the most money I can, and if I'm gonna try as hard as I can, but I'm not gonna let thinking I need to drive a Lamborghini overturn my logical thinking. And I think that's how a lot of people are these days, like, especially younger people. You get caught in the mindset of, well, if I don't have a $500,000 car and a $30,000 chain around my neck, then I'm nothing. So I might as well just not even try and just complain and not work at all and not do this. But yeah, it's not cool if you work a job where you make $60,000, $70,000 a year and, pay your bills and do this and do that. Yeah, screw that, just because people online said if I do that and I work the 9 to 5, I'm a loser. And it's a sad truth. And people just don't understand that. And guess what? Making that much money, yeah, like, if you made that much money back, 20, 30 years ago, like, that would be a lot of money, and you could do a lot. And I get today making that much isn't the same, but still, if you're making that much today and you're just a little careful and don't spend it on stupid stuff, like, you could still live a pretty damn good life. And I think that's kind of the message I wanted to get out today, is like, just don't be ashamed. Just, if that's what you want to do it. And if you want to do a business and try that, like, for all means do it, but don't complain and don't mope when it doesn't work. Just keep trying. That, even for a 9 to 5, like, you might get a crappy 9 to 5, but you still can. I think a lot of people just don't want to accept the reality that at the beginning, regardless of what you do, it's gonna suck, and you just gotta get through it. And I think just learning to understand and put things in perspective will just change your life, honestly. I think that being able to understand that you're an individual, what others do online and in real life has no effect on what you want, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to dream and wanting to have a better life. And again, it's been the thought of dreaming to be better, and that has been tainted by the prices of things, and wanting to buy the house or have a family, and that, like, it is harder now. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it is. And I've said that already in this video, but just to overall quit and not try to at least get something, I think, is what's making a lot of people not do anything. I think that just makes it worse. Like, yeah, if you get to a point where you're making, let's say, even just say 100,000, like, yeah, it's going to be worse. You're going to be worse off than someone was 10 years ago making the same amount of money, but guess what? You're still going to be pretty good off. Like, and I think people get so tricked into thinking that they just shouldn't even try anymore. And I just want to let you know that that's going to make you're going to be way worse off if you just don't try. I'm telling you, you'll still be better off making that much money today than if you just weren't making any at all. Like, and I think that's just a trick a lot of people fell for. But yeah. Anyways, that's just what's been on my mind lately. I think it is harder now. And not to discredit people a long time ago, like whatever generation you grew up, it's gonna be it's hard regardless. But that's the point I'm trying to make as well. Is it's gonna be hard. Whatever you do is gonna be hard. And don't compare yourself to people now. Don't compare yourself to people 500 years ago. Just, I think, understanding that we all have our wherever you are in life, everyone's gonna have their difficulties, their struggles, and I think comparison is just, it's a thief. It's what honestly, I think that's a quote. Like, comparison's a thief of joy, and comparing yourself to how others lived before you and comparing how people live now is just, it's going to make you happy at the end of the day. And to get to that happiness might be, there might be a struggle, and most of the time there is going to be a struggle. But understanding that, and then being able to get through that and get to the other side is, I think, something a lot of people people just don't have enough wins under their belt to understand that stuff is possible. And if you made it to the end of this video, like, just try. That's all you got to do is try. And I'm telling you, if you at least try, because no one these days is even trying anymore. So if you can at least put a little effort in and try, I'm telling you, you'll come out in a better place, just because the lack of other people trying these days. But anyways, hopefully this video helps someone that was struggling with just thinking about their lives and their future, and what they wanted to do. But yeah, it feels nice to get back on and make videos like this these days, and just kind of talk about real issues and real stuff, and kind of try to get back to that, because I think that's what made this channel special in the first place. And I think a lot of people enjoy these type of videos, even though, I know I just talk what's on my mind, even if it doesn't even make sense. But hopefully some of this made sense and helps someone. It helps me to talk about it too. So yeah, join. I'm gonna put the link to the Discord if you're new here and you think this kind of stuff's cool. We have a pretty cool Discord community going on. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I put the link to Discord in there. Got a cool community. I'm gonna end it there. God bless you guys, and we will see you in the next one.